I'm not kidding, guys. This is stressful. This is stressful. Like 10 minutes before we go online. And it's all, I know, it's all on me. Good morning, JR. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, bro. It's all on me. I'm putting this stress on me because I could just record this and make no mistakes and everything would be perfect. I got to get on the right microphone. There we go. But as I've looked back at all of the videos that we've done live, I cringe. They're like, so I'm not gonna watch them anymore. But here's the one funny thing today was because I made myself this promise. Like if you're coming in here for the first time, like, is this a yoga class? Yes, it is. Bear with me. I made myself a promise that at 10 o'clock. Like I literally schedule it on YouTube at 10 o'clock. And then I get up in the morning, I get ready, I feed my daughter, I do all my stuff, and then I come out here into the studio and there's a timer going and it's counting down, right? And my goal is never, because I could not hit go live. I could just stall, go like, okay, I need 5 more minutes, right? But like today, I go on live and there's already people waiting for me. And I also want to say that's really, it makes me feel really, really wonderful that people want to hang out with me for an hour or so. So I appreciate that. So anyway, here's to the story. So like 10 minutes before live, I'm like, oh no, I have to shit. I mean, there's just no, a lot of times, like if you're teaching a class, you got to deal with it. But I'm like, I got 10 minutes and I could clear the pipes in 10 minutes. I'm trying not to be crude, but like, it's important that you understand my level of stress. All right. So I go to the bathroom and clear the pipes in about 3 minutes. And I was like, okay, what a relief. Right. And then I spend practically the next 7 just washing my hands, because you have to wash your hands forever, right? And then I realized, oh my God, I didn't plug in the mic. I didn't set up the cameras to operate off my phone, which is duct taped to my arm. And by the way, I finally figured out a couple of things. I figured out why Siri kept interrupting the class. I also ordered a armband, which will hold this on my arm better. So I'm in a good place today. Anybody else out there? Good morning, guys. So, but somebody needs to chime in and say like good night, because somebody might be watching this at night later on. So we need a little bit of parody there. I do want to take just a quick second. Good morning, Amy. And it's glad that you're right there. Kelly's here because I want to do this before we get started. And, oh, that's the wrong one. My bad. Let's do that. I want to thank the people that have signed up on my Patreon page to support this live channel. Amy F, Amy Z, Bree, Terry, Kelly, and Brand. Thank you guys so much. And that's how we're able to, good night, Denny. This is how we're able to bring you this live yoga every day. I don't know how many days in a row I can do this, but I gotta say, like, I'm having a super great time doing this and practicing with you guys. And I even enjoy making all the mistakes, and because it's much more authentic, it's much more human than preparing for an hour and then filming it and then post-production editing it to make everything perfect. And then putting that up. This is a lot more like real life. So without further ado, shall we do some yoga today? Let's do some yoga today. Let's start. All right, everybody. Step to the top of your mat, point your toes straight forward. I should probably put my coffee down. I'm also thinking that this week we're going to mix up some of the flows. I do, if you're new to my channel, if you're new to my method of yoga, I definitely want to encourage you to try it, especially since you have a growing library every day of me doing a lot of the same things at the start of class, because the movements are very targeted, therapeutic, and they're designed to help wake up your body in the best way possible. So we're gonna start mixing up that routine just a little bit, but I wanna make sure that everybody understands this is a stronger yoga class. So slide your left foot back, flip your toes over, press down into the top of your foot. Lift your left leg into the air, point your big toe down, pull your groin back. So we're trying to avoid leaning back. Lift this knee higher so that a hot wheel placed on your knee might roll to your hip. And you can practice lifting your right heel. Lower the heel, lower your left knee, point your big toe at the ceiling behind you, bring your foot across, grab it with your right hand. Pull your heel to your tailbone. This might be enough of a balance challenge for you, just having one foot off the floor for an extended length of time, because we don't get to take that next step that we normally would walking or running. So those muscles start to fatigue, but they get stronger when you challenge them. If you can go further, hinge forward and place your left palm on your right knee. Lift your left knee up and come back up. Grab below the knee, above your foot. Please don't grab your foot, because then you're more likely to just get range of motion out of the ankle, and this isn't the place for that. Grab the bottom of your shin and lift away from the floor. Stick out your butt, point your left big toe, and step your left foot back. Take a nice deep step back. Plant the heel if you need the stability. Lift the heel if you want to work on strengthening stability. Turn your palms forward and bow. As my arms reach out to the sides and come forward, I want to float them above my peripheral vision. And as I do that, I want to push back and straighten the right leg and bend the left leg. Connect the tips of your thumbs over the crown of your head. Keep your arms high enough that you can't see them out of the corner of your eyes, guys. Now push forward like you're going to headbutt a wall and reach back. And then push back like you're going to push your butt against a wall behind you. Reach forward. Connect the tips of your thumbs and push forward, reach back. And push back and reach forward. Hold that last one. And see if you can't lift the bottom of your butt cheeks and lift your left heel. Now lift your palms, rise up, back leg straighten, step and connect the palms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to the right. Pressure in your palms as you lean. Come back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back up. One more time to the right. It doesn't matter who you are, how strong you are, how much you've practiced yoga. Everybody can do something. If you can turn on this show, you might be able to sit in your chair and reach up and press your palms together and lean to the side a little bit. I believe we can all do something. Unless you're watching this in a hospital bed, God forbid, lean to your left foot, lift your right heel, maybe your right foot, and then come back to center, plant your foot, and lower your arms. We're going to slide right foot back, flip the toes over, press down into the top of your foot, and then try to slide your left foot forward just to increase the length from your big toe to your shin. Just trying to stretch the top of the foot where your foot becomes your shin. Lift your foot off of the floor. Take that knee up higher than your hip if you can. Okay, this helps us strengthen deeper hip flexors. Lift the knee high, point the big toes down, try to lift your left heel. Lower your heel, lower your knee, and reach back with your left hand and grab your foot. Pull your heel to your tailbone. Stay right here. If you're like, whoa, this is, whoa, okay? Because if you're already there, good. Success, goal achieved. We're challenging our ability to be stable and balanced. If you can, place your palm on your knee. Push your left knee into your right hand while you pull your heel to your butt with your left arm and lift your right knee up. Rise up. Grab below the knee, above the foot. Lift away from the floor, stick out your butt, lift your heart up, point your big toe, and step back. Deep step back, all toes point forward if you can. Lift the back heel, turn your palms forward. Palms face the same direction as your chest, so your thumbs turn out. Bow forward. Lift your arms as you push back so you can't see them. Connect the tips of your thumbs without looking. Push forward, reach back. And push back, reach forward. Reach back, push forward. Last one, guys. Push back, left leg straight. Connect the tips of the thumbs. Lift the right heel. Keep pressure on your left big toe. Try to lift the bottom of your butt cheeks. And now straighten the back leg and rise. Step forward, connect the palms. Take a deep breath. Exhale to the left. Pressure on your palms as you lean. Inhale back to center. Feels like you got an egg in your palm, and as you exhale and lean, you squish it and crack it open. You're trying not to crack it on your head. Come back up. You can soften that pressure. And as you exhale and lean, press the hands together. Lift the left heel, lift the left knee, and release. Zombie squat. Step your feet nice and wide, reach forward, sit down, and rise up. Squat down, reach forward, rise up. Last one. Squat down, reach forward. Flip your palms as you lift your hands, lift your heels. Thumbs over your shoulders, push into your big toes, and rise. Lower the heels. Lower the hands to the outside of the knees. Try to squeeze your knees together while you try to push your hands apart. Wedge the elbows inside the knees and try to squeeze your elbows together as you try to push your knees apart. And then squat all the way down. A little bit different today. I want you to plant two spiders. That's your fingertips. Lift your butt. And then begin to press into the heels. If your hands came off the floor when you lifted your butt and straightened your legs, that's fine. And you can let your head hang. I'm going to not do that just so that I don't talk too loud into the microphone on my chest. But you can let your arms hang and you can let your head hang. But I want you to really engage the quads and press into the heels. And then press into the floor with your big toes, and you'll feel calf muscles awaken. Now go ahead and bend those knees so you can plant your hands flat. Step back into a plank. Lower your knees to the floor first if you need to, because what I want is for you to touch your chest all the way to the floor without touching your groin to the floor. Push up and press back into crouching cat. Step your feet, push into the heels one at a time. Shake and shimmy, move your butt around. Think of your butt as a paintbrush and the air around you as a canvas. So make a wild painting. It can be a Pollock, it could be a Warhol. All right, guys, let's go through this flexion pattern. From crouching cat or down dog, lift your heels up, breathe in, press your heels down, breathe out, lower your knees to the floor, pull your hips back, push into palms, spring to the plank, chest to the floor, push up, press back, lift your heels, lower them slowly, knees to the floor, hips back. This part of the warm-up goes pretty fast. Spring to plank, chest to the floor, push, and press. Lift the heels up, lower them down, knees to the floor, Hips back, push down hard into the hands, spring to a plank, chest to the floor, push and press. Lower your knees for a second, guys. Sit to your heels, lay your hands on your thighs. If that's fast, please go back and watch any of these live classes because we've done the same warm-up every single time. And it's important to review the mechanics of those movements. And like I said, they're very specific, they're very targeted to help awaken your body for deeper movement patterns. All right? We have one more thing to do, and that's the Volution Salutation. Plant your hands at the top, push back. I like a little bend in the knees. I'm trying to get the bottom of my butt cheeks on the ceiling. Lift your right leg up. Step to the top. Press your chest against your shirt. That's your hips pulling low. And then push back and straighten your right leg. I'm going to switch cameras so you can see. At the minimum, we want to get this leg straight, right? But we can always reach back with the right hand. Leave the left hand on the floor. The most challenging thing you could do as you push back is take your left palm off the floor too, place it on your knee, and lift your left heel so you're pushing your left hand essentially forward with your left leg. And then come forward, plant the left hand again, roll the bowling ball with your right arm, reach up and turn to your right. Exhale, turn to your left. Left hand to half skull, that's your hand on the side of your head, thumb slid over the ear. Slowly turn your chest to the back of the room. Reach down and turn back to the top of your mat. It might not be the back of your room, now that I think about it. Pull your elbows down, tighten your belly, lift your left heel, turn to your right. Reach up, face forward, plant your hands. Step back, you can do a push-up, and remember, you can do 2 or 3 if you want. Crouching cat when you're done. Lift your left leg, step forward. Inhale your chest to your shirt, push back. Remember, just straighten this left leg as much as you can, and your left leg straight might not be very straight. All you're trying to do is push your butt back towards the back edge of your mat. Do the best you can to do that, and you're doing great work. Left hand with a bowling ball, if you can, go further. And right hand to the right thigh, and lift the right heel, and you'll end up pushing your right hand forward with your right leg. And then come forward. Plant the right hand, bend the left knee, roll the ball with your left arm, and turn left as you reach up, and then turn to your right. Right hand to the side of your head, and twist your chest to the back edge of your mat. Reach down, turn back to the top of your mat, reach both hands up, cactus the arms. Make sure you don't pull your elbows down to here to your hips. Keep your arms right here where your elbows line up with your shoulders. Tighten the belly, and that's going to increase this tension here on your right hip flexors. Turn to your left. Reach up, face forward, plant your hands, step back. Remember, we want the chest all the way to the floor, okay? No chaturanga. Press back into down dog. Chaturanga doesn't afford you the opportunity to get full range of motion out of your shoulders or full pushing mechanics out of your chest and triceps. Lift your right leg up, step forward. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale, come forward, roll the bowling ball, turn to the right. Exhale, pivot to the left. Left hand to the side of the head, twist to the left. Exhale, turn back to the right. Reach both hands up. Pull the elbows down, lift the back heel, turn to the right. Reach up, face forward, plant your hands. Step back, chest to the floor at least once. Maybe a few bonus push-ups, who knows? Crouching cat when you're done, left leg lifts. Step to the top. Chest to your shirt. Push your butt against your pants. Left hand has a bowling ball. Roll the ball. Turn to your left. Reach up. And turn to your right. Right hand to the side of the head. Notice I got my knees bent here. I'm trying to get my butt back and my back flat. Twist to the right. Reach down. Turn back to the top. Reach both hands up. Lift the back heel as you lift your hands, pull the elbows down, tighten the belly, turn left. Reach up, face forward, place your hands on the floor. Step back, chest to the floor, press back, crouching cat, right leg lifts. We got one more set. Step forward. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale, roll the ball, twist to the right. Exhale, turn to the left. Left hand side of the head, twist to the left. Turn back to the top. Inhale, reach up. Cactus the arms, lift the back heel, turn right. Reach up, face forward, plant your hands. Step back. Do some push-ups. They're good for you. Crouching cat, left leg lifts. Step forward. Inhale forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale, roll the ball, twist to the left. Exhale, turn to the right. Right hand to the side of the head, twist to the right. Turn back to the top. Reach both hands up. Cactus left. Inhale, center. Exhale. Last call for push-ups. How many can you do in these next couple of breaths? It doesn't matter. We do what we can. Lower the knees, sit to your heels. Rest your palms on your thighs and catch your breath. Slow your heart down. Connect to that feeling of your heart beating in your chest. And try to get a sense of the influence that your breathing has on your heart rate. Slow the breath down. The heart begins to slow. And I can also feel the coolness on my forehead from starting to break a sweat. All of these things, just noticing my aliveness. And I hope you have the opportunity to do that too. I'm now noticing my caffeineness. This is how I practice. All I did was turn the cameras on. This is what I do every day, even if the cameras aren't on. So I guess from that perspective, it's not that hard. I mean, this is what I'm doing anyway. I'm drinking some coffee. I'm thinking about my aliveness. Step your left foot forward, and we're going to turn to the right and rise up into a standing position. Now, turn all toes to point at the corners of your mat. And as you squat down, slide your hands down your thighs. Stick out your butt. Keep your heart lifted. Let's go to the side so you can see that my booty is way back there, right? I like yoga, butts and I cannot lie. So push that thing back there and lift your heart up and sit the hips down. Your hips can go down and your glutes can lift, okay? What's lifting my glutes is the glute themselves and the low back, and what's sitting me down is my knees bending. Chest against your shirt, hug your shoulder blades onto your back. Let's go back to side, and now we're gonna push left knee away from the chest as the chest turns right. Just look to your right. Look at whatever's to the right of you and try to push your left knee away from that. And then come back to center and turn to your left and try to push your right knee away from whatever you're looking at. And then come back to center. Slowly rise up. We're going to slide left heel out So left toes point forward. We're going to turn right foot out further so it points over the short edge of our mat to the right of us. Bend your right knee and sit the hips down. Reach up and straighten your leg as you connect your palms and put pressure in your hands. And as you reach out, bend your right knee. Take your hands behind you like you're hiding something behind your back. So my hands stacked behind me look like this. I'm going to push the back of my hands against my sacrum, just above the butt crack. That pulls your elbows back. It opens up your chest. And as I reach up, I straighten the leg, pressure in your palms, watch your palms connect, bend your knee, reach behind you, stack your hands on your sacrum and push. Reach up, straighten your leg, and push. And one more time, squat down in the right knee and push. Keep the bend in your knee, reach your hands out, warrior two. Close those eyes, guys. Feel the bottom of your feet. Every time you feel that little bit of sway and the muscles that cause the correction that keeps you from continuing to sway in that direction and fall over, that's you strengthening muscles that give you stability. And this is so important as we get older, because not only do our muscles begin to atrophy, but balance is made up of muscles. So those will begin to atrophy. So if we challenge our balance, we're continuing to tell our muscle cells, you can't atrophy and die off. I still need you to work for me. I've still got shit to do. I just realized I didn't brush my teeth. Straighten your right leg. Hands on your hips. Let's tilt into a triangle. Yeah, that's going to bother me now. And I guess that is the one difference. Place your right hand on the inside of your calf, on your shin, or on the floor if that's available to you. I'm just going to bend my right knee to place my hand on the floor. You can follow suit if you like. And then as I straighten the right leg, I'm going to let my left knee bend. I've got a couple of fingers on the floor. I'm going to turn my chest to you. Reach your left hand up. And then with my fingers on the floor, I'm slowly going to straighten my left leg and then try to tighten my left side body, drawing the left hip closer to the underarm. If I wasn't live on YouTube right now, I would just fucking go brush my teeth. So I guess it's not true that I do everything live on YouTube that I would do if you weren't watching. Nah. 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 One more deep breath. Now I want you to take your left palm and rotate it to the wall behind you. Bend your left elbow so that you slide your hand behind your back. Place your left hand on your right kidney that's above your right butt cheek, below your right shoulder. Bend your right knee. Slide your hand next to your foot and press your shoulder against your right knee. Press your left hand against your right kidney so you feel your left elbow bending and traveling backwards and turning your chest. And then slowly rise up. It doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get up with awareness. Turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. We're going to do the other side. Come into warrior two. Bend your left knee. So I always just look down at my feet and I just try to place my feet where it feels good instead of feeling like they're glued to the floor and I'm rigid and my practice is very dogmatic. Nah, it's open. It's moving. It's wiggling. It's being curious about how you feel in your body today. So reach your hands out, and as you reach up and connect your palms, straighten your left leg. Watch your palms meet and press them together like you're crushing an egg over your head. As you reach out, bend your left knee, stack your hands on your sacrum, and push your hands against your sacrum and your sacrum against your hands, guys. So you're pushing your groin back against your hands. Inhale, reach up, pressure in your palms. Exhale, bend your knee. You have no idea how easily I'm distracted. There's the cutest little puppy walking by outside. Aw, life is good. Reach up, connect your palms. Exhale, bend your knee. Stack your hands on your sacrum and push against. And then take your hands out, flip your palms over, and close your eyes. I think that what's missing from a lot of modern postural yoga is the opportunity to be still and be quiet, and to feel and be curious, and to watch and observe. The yoga industry's become very fitness oriented. It's just one thing you can do if you're not taking a spin class or you're not taking a HIIT class. Or there's an overemphasis on stretching or contortion. This is the check-in. Release. Straighten the left leg. Tilt the pelvis. And just come into sort of a rudimentary version of triangle. Reach your hands away from your heart. So I've been a lot tighter on my left side. Not sure why. I usually feel pretty even though I can observe the differences, but left side's been tight lately. And so knowing that, I just really become extra curious. I pay extra attention, and I work a little bit harder on that side of me that feels more restricted. So if you want to play along with me at home, I can get my hand to the floor and keep my spine straight and my legs straight. So I'm just going to be willing to let everything bend so I can place hands on the floor, and then I'll just try to work myself into more straightness. And it's going to look different every day. To straighten my left leg, I bend my right, and then I slowly straighten my right and tighten right side. And the place I didn't think I could go to, I can get to, even though I feel much more tension on this side. I can get there and I can breathe through it. And that's always our goal in our practice, is to get to a place that challenges us to breathe well. But breath trumps everything. Your breath is your practice, and the physicality of it is what you can achieve, as much as you can achieve, and breathe. And we're going to rise up. Turn the left foot in, bind your hands behind your butt, squeeze your palms. Now push your tailbone against your thumbs and begin to bow forward, bending the knees. I'll even bend my knees more as my chest comes to the floor, and then I'm going to take my fists off my butt and pull them away from the crown of my head. I can push into the heels, even slide them out slightly, just to change the tension on the back of my legs. And then bend them more and lower the head towards the floor as I lift fists. And release. Plant your hands underneath your chest. We're going to turn the body 90 degrees right and go left knee down. We're toe heel and right foot right, And we're going deep into the hips today. So plant your left hand, step your right foot right, and then continue to slide your left hand out. And now just lower your hips for a moment. Your right foot's going to turn out. You could even push your right knee away from your left nipple, let's say, and turn the chest. And now, just to create more tension, because tension is an active stretch, try to drag left knee forward while you push right knee out. And then release. Now let's bring that right foot back in and push the butt back. I'm walking my hands backwards. Now they're next to my right foot. And then I'm just going to bow and try to get elbows on the floor. You might not be elbows on the floor. You can always stack your forearms on a block if you have one, or a book, or a pillow. And you can just keep your elbows bent and not touch the floor. Release. Now, as we walk back to the left, we're going to lift left knee up. And we're going to step right foot back and lower right knee down for a gate position. So standing on right knee, left foot. Left hand on the outer thigh, just right here at the knee probably. And if this is too much pressure on your knee, place a pillow under it, a block, double up the edge of your mat. Reach your right hand to the sky and slowly slide left hand down. Now from your belly button up, this is just reverse warrior. See, you think of everything. You think of Siri, and you don't think of somebody FaceTiming your daughter. Okay, there we go. There's a lot of kinks to work out. Is this day 9 or day 10 of live yoga with lots of weird mistakes? Okay, release. Okay, warning. I wish I had something I could push on my phone that would pop on the screen and go, warning, this is gonna suck. It's not gonna suck that bad. You're gonna reach to the right and plant your right hand. Lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee. Slide your hand down your shin and pull your foot back. You can even bend your right elbow and lower the heart. But really try to pull heel to hip. Lift collarbones away from left knee and draw left knee back away from collarbones. And release. We're going to step out to the left and turn to the left into our knight's position, readjusting the knees, readjusting the feet, and taking left foot left. The reason we're going left foot left is so the knee is not in the way of my chest, right? So we want to take that knee out. If the chest can get below the knee, then obviously I'm rotating deeper into my left hip socket. So we want to slide that foot out of the way so that the knee's out of the way. The right hand is going to slide way out there. And I'm going to bow. And then walk the hands back and try to get my elbows on the floor in line with my left heel. Again, your elbows can be off the floor, your arms can be straight. All you're trying to do is get your heart as close to the floor as possible. That's it. So it's not alignment that matters as much as biomechanics and exploring the capacity of your connective tissue, looking for shortcomings and working to improve the shortcomings you have in your range of motion and motor control. How much can you control and be aware of your body? Now come back up and let's try a different tactic this time. Go ahead and lower your left knee down and lift your right knee up, and then we're back in gate position on the other side. Right hand on your outer knee, left hand reaches for the sky. Take a deep breath, and then begin to slide right hand down. Now, obviously, you feel the tension on the lateral line, which is the left side body from your armpit to your hip. That line crosses your pelvis and to your right inner thigh. We move as much as we can and still breathe well. We're also trying to teach our self-discernment, our ability to recognize when we're uncomfortable and when we're in pain. And release. Now my left hand is going to reach to the floor to my left. I'm going to lift right leg up, bend the knee, slide right hand down the leg, past the knee all the way to the ankle. Capture your foot, pull your heel to your tailbone, lift collarbones away from right knee. I can bend left elbow. And release. I'm going to let go of the foot and place my right knee on the floor. I'm going to slide my knees apart, walk the hands forward onto the elbows. And remember the best trick if you need more padding, if you're on a hardwood floor, maybe you're in the garage, place the short ends of your mat doubled up underneath your knee. Oh, that's more nice. And I'm going to try to keep my hips right between my knees. And for a little bit more accountability at the hips, I'm going to slide the feet out so that heels line up with knees and my lower legs, the shins, parallel to each other more or less like train tracks. And I'm just going to allow the belly to soften like a big fat cow. Did you see Scott's yoga class? He called me a big fat cow. No. But cows, you know, in India, that would be a really big compliment because they worship cows. So I'm not taking it back, woke culture. Be a cow. Melting the heart towards the elbows. Don't get too comfortable because we're standing up after this. And you're thinking, too comfortable? I'm about to kill you right now. Well, plant your hands and then draw your knees in and release the long edges of your mat. So I would always have students leave class, especially on a Saturday, and they would say, thanks for kicking my ass. I'm like, I didn't do anything but talk. So that's really all I'm doing. Whatever you're feeling, you did to yourself. I take very little responsibility. Let's continue. Step to the top of your mat. Point your toes forward. Lift your heart. I wonder too, though, if somebody's watching this on their phone, if they're holding it in their hand the whole time and like. So I've tried as much as I can to use the cameras to give you a practice you can see and practice to. I would love your comments. Let me know how we're doing there. And by the way, if you're watching this and enjoying this class, please hit me up with a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that stuff everyone says on YouTube. It's really important because it helps us grow and improve our exposure. Lift your left foot. Grab your left knee. Now we're going to take what we did yesterday, if you took yesterday's class, a little bit further, but I'm going to let you hold this knee if you need to, and let go if you can, would you? Now, push your left knee left and turn. Stacking the hips, turning the chest. Now, place your right hand on your right knee. You don't have to reach for the floor today, but I've got left hand on outside of left knee, I've got right hand on the top of right knee, bend right knee, and push against your palm. Now let's go collarbones against the top of your shirt, push your butt against your shorts, try to create a back bend while you're balancing and while you're abducting, and then slowly rise up. Plant your left foot, we're going to cross right ankle to left thigh for a standing half lotus position. Squat down, point your right big toe. I want you to take your hands and stack them on your knee, your left knee, if you can get them there. Stay upright if you're already wobbly. Keep your hand on a wall or a table if you need to. If your hands are stacked on your left shin, guys, then slowly slide your hands down your left shin. And while you're doing that, press right ankle against left thigh so your right knee is actually rising towards the right armpit. Go down as low as you can, maybe to the top of your foot, to the big toe or the floor, and then rise back up. And we're going to take right knee into the air. We're going right into the other side. So grab your knee, let go of it, and make your hand a target if you possibly can. And push right knee to the right, bow forward, left palm on the left kneecap. Bend the left knee. And use your right hand on your knee to remind you that your right knee should move forward, not backwards. Stick out your butt. Press your collarbones against your shirt. Whoa. Can he keep it, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, he recovers. And then slowly rise up. Plant your foot. And that puts a big load on your glute. So now we left ankle to thigh to start to stretch it and release it, right? So slowly hinge forward. Stack hands on the right shin at the knee, or right here if you have to. But even if you can't go down low, if you're already unstable and you need to hold something, just squat and lift the knee. If your hands are on your shin, start to slide them down. And while they're sliding down, your left knee's lifting up. And release. Rise back up. And he recovers again. Now we're going to take right foot and place the arch of the foot on the thigh. So I want you to notice that my heel is under my groin and my big toe is over my kneecap. It feels like, you know how a monkey can grab something with his foot? You're trying, like a tree trunk or a limb, you're trying to grab your thigh with your foot. So really dig that big toe down into the top of your thigh and push your heel against your inner thigh. And then reach up and squat down. And then slowly release. Plant your right foot and lift your left foot. Grab a hold of your ankle. And remember, you can do this while you're holding a table, okay? Place your heel under your groin. Place your big toe on the thigh, just above your knee. And try to grab your leg at the big toe and push your heel against your thigh. Sit down and reach up. And release. Plant your left. We're going back to the right one more time, okay? So we're going to lift, cross, and slowly squat. Remember how you slid your hands down your left leg last time we did this? This time I want you to thread your right hand through, left hand on the outside, slowly slide your hands down your calf and reach forward. Capture your calf and your shin and stand upright. Now that's all you have to do. I have to turn my funky tree, Kelly says. That's right, it's a funky tree. We do everything funky style. More cute dogs. Puggies. Oh man. Slowly squat down, ankle to thigh, and release. Plant the right foot, left ankle to right thigh. Now, if we did our work today, calves will be a little sore tomorrow. Sore is a good thing. It lets you know you did something. Slide your hands down, right calf. I'm trying to hook my left leg without setting off something on my phone. And then stand up. Now you could be holding your left leg at the ankle, the calf with your hands, because this is deep, deep, deep into the hips and the glutes. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're at home going, you know, fuck everything about this, because I am too. Slowly release. Step your feet nice and wide. Step your feet back, in fact. Plant your hands. Get ready for action. Lower the knees. And sit to your heels. We're going to take just a moment to catch our breath. Let's be honest, I'm going to take a second to catch my breath. And then now that we've done our funky trees and our funky standing poses, let's see. I have no idea what time it is. I can't look on my computer. It's not on my phone. I forgot my watch. So, but you know, where do you gotta be, right? We're all in our house. It's a beautiful day here in Denver. Can't wait to get outside after this with lots of social distancing, and later on in the day, virtual social snuggling. That's you calling. I want you, here's your homework, guys. Call 3 people. Call 3 people and just say, hey man, checking in, love you, right? Now, anybody that doesn't hear from me today is gonna go, I wasn't one of the 3, motherfucker. I've got a lot of work to do. Fingertips on the floor, curl the toes under, lift the knees. Slide the hands back and lift the heels up. Squeeze knees into shoulders. Lift your feet. Lower your feet. Walk your hands back and lower your butt. Point your toes straight forward. And we're going to, how can we make the end of class suck a lot so that we really appreciate the hard work we did and appreciate the fact that it's over? We're going to lie on our backs. Yeah, a microphone transmitter. I got to pull out of my butt. Bring your knees into your chest. Hug your shoulder blades onto the floor. You don't have to hug knees to chest. Just grab your knees and try to bring your shoulders together like you're on a bench press and you're about to work the bench press with a bar above you. So we really want to hug those shoulder blades onto the back. And now I want you to bring your knees together, plant your feet on the floor a little bit wider than your knees. Lift your butt 2 inches off the floor and try to drive your knees over your toes. And then lower your butt to the floor. Leave your left foot on the floor. Lift your right leg up into the air. Point your big toe at the ceiling. Place your palms down on the floor next to your hips. And then slowly lower your right leg until it's about 45 degrees to your floor. And bring left knee towards your chest. Just hold it here. Now I want you to point your left big toe at the ceiling. Lower your right leg a little bit more and pull your left leg back a little bit more. And then lower both feet to the floor. Plant that left foot. Place your right foot on your thigh like you did standing. And then press your hips up into the air. Lower your hips. Plant your right foot. Lift your left leg and straighten it to about 45 degrees to the floor. Take right foot off the floor, knee towards the chest, knee is still bent. Extend right leg straight, point your big toe at the ceiling. Lower your left leg as much as you wish, but make sure it doesn't pull your right leg down with it. So keep working the top of your right foot towards the wall above your head. And then release, plant both feet. Take your left foot and place it on your right thigh. And push your thigh down with your foot while you lift your butt off the floor. Lower your hips. Plant your left foot, slide that leg out straight. And then with your left hand, guide your right knee towards your chest and then cross the hips. Flip your right palm over, bend your right elbow 90 degrees. And as you press your right knee towards the floor to your left, your right arm slides back until it's straight, thumb over the crown of your head with as much as your arm remaining on the floor as possible. Your knee does not have to come to the floor. Try to keep your right arm on the floor from your shoulder to your elbow, to your wrist, to your fingernails. As you release the knee, bend the right elbow and slide the hand back. And release. Plant the right foot, plant the left foot, scoot your hips 3 inches left of center, straighten your right leg, reach your left hand left. Guide your left knee with your right arm to your chest, and then slowly across. Flip the left palm over, palm is up now. Bend the left elbow and try to keep left arm on the floor from fingernails to the shoulder as you slide left hand up and hold left knee down with right hand. As you begin to release and lift the left knee, slide the left elbow back in line with the shoulder. Plant the foot, plant the right foot, scoot your hips to the center of your mat, bring your knees into your chest, slide your hands down your shins, grab the pinky edge of your feet if you can, or just hold your ankles or calves or shins and begin to press your ankles towards your belly. One more. I want you to cross your ankles and grab left ankle with right hand and right ankle with left hand. And then pull your feet towards your shoulders so you can see your big toes in the air above your head, and then pull down. As I mentioned the other day, the beauty of practicing alone and watching me is you can hear and see me. I can neither see nor hear you. So if you rip a big fart, that should feel great. Who gets that opportunity? Usually when the yoga poses make you want to fart, you're just like, it's stressful. Switch your ankles, grab the opposite foot, pull the toes up, So my elbows are lifting away from my hips and they're coming up towards my ears. And then I'm just going to pull down. And release. Plant your feet. Your feet are close enough that if you reach down, you could tickle your Achilles with your fingertips. But your feet are apart. They're at the edge of your mat without stepping off of it. Rest your knees against each other. This is a really great therapeutic resting position. And also, we're going to take the hands and rest them on the floor above the head. And you can tuck those shoulder blades in a little bit. Now, if you've got any restriction, an injury in the shoulder, like this might not feel good, you can always extend your hands out away from your head and your heart. You can also rest your palms next to your hips, palm up in a more neutral position that's easier on the shoulder. But the benefit of this, of resting this way, is we're helping to reset the hips. We're putting the knees and the hips in a position that is suitable to the low back and the SI joints. And the hands above our head gives us the opportunity to put our hands where they typically never are. They're usually in front of us on a keyboard holding a phone. They're hanging. So it's a really good opportunity to passively work on mobility just by placing the hands above us. Close your eyes if you haven't. Invite in some deep breaths. I hope the practice made you feel good in your body today. You can lay there in Shavasana, and we'll just go off air here in a minute. So if you really feel restful and you're enjoying lying there, really want to encourage you guys to stay there. Relax your jaw without your mouth falling open. And if you're lying down with your eyes closed, try to reduce that feeling of needing to squeeze your eyelids closed. Think of your eyelids as a blanket on a bed, just covering your eyes. And bring that softness to the muscles around your eyes and in your cheekbones. It's a beautiful thing, this practice. So many people all over the world are searching for that one thing that's missing. Or maybe there's many things missing, because your yoga practice is not going to give you, the support of a family, or it's not going to give you shelter over your body at night. But what it can do is it can bring a lot more calm, a lot more clarity to the mind, to the emotions, if we're willing to spend the time. It takes time to do that, and that is our most precious commodity. So the first step is to acknowledge that we waste a lot of it. We waste a lot of it on Netflix and, quite frankly, YouTube, even though this is the medium for this. Constantly checking social media. So if you are still seated, if you are still lying down, then make a commitment to yourself to try to reduce just a little bit of wasted time. As I've mentioned this week, maybe even last week, what the one thing that this pandemic situation has given us is a lot of us the opportunity to focus on our health and focus on our body. And it's more important now than ever because this can be, for many people, the most stressful time ever. When the bills start to pile up and the food starts to run short. So I get it, and I'm here with you. And I don't want to ever make a shavasana or even a yoga session a sales pitch. But if this is helping you, we would always appreciate your support too. You can make a one-time donation on the Cash App, and you can also become a Patreon member and help support this live yoga for the people that can't afford it, if you can. And let's just keep this whole thing going. So I think that's where we're going to end today. And if you're still lying down, if you're still seated and you're like, I could fall asleep or I could meditate right now, then I definitely encourage you to continue to do that. It was another fun day practicing with you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And I'll see you again here tomorrow at 10 Mountain Time.